Hello friends and welcome back to our today's class. In today's class, you're going to learn something new, so make sure to stay through the end. Now, we are asked to find the derivative of this particular function, and we do that with respect to x. In today's tutorial, you're going to learn how to combine the product rule and the chain rule in one question. But the question is, how do we know a question that we can apply these two rules on? I am going to show you, so stay actively, okay? Now, before we know that, let's remind ourselves of what we have already done in our chain rule. The link I will also leave for you to learn more. For our chain rule, what did we do? When we use chain rule is when you have functions in their root form. Example, you can have a function like this in their radical form. Or you can have a function in their exponential form. Let's say something like this, where you have this as an example. Okay, you see that this is function in an exponential form. So when you have this kind of function, you can use your chain rule. I hope that is clear. It means that chain rule is used for functions that are two in one. This is the inner function, and this is the outside function. That is for your chain rule. Now, for your product rule, when do you use product rule? You use product rule if you have two functions in a multiplicative form like this. You will see that these two functions are multiplying themselves, the first and this. So because they are multiplying, that is why we are going to apply chain rule. And because this is in exponential and is an expression, this is an expression just like this. It's an expression in an exponential form. That is why we are going to use your chain rule. I hope that is now clear. Now let's learn more on this. What did the product rule say? The key rule here guiding this question is the product rule, because these two functions are in a multiplicative form. Okay, so we are going to apply the key rule. And what did the product rule says? It says that if y is equal to uv, where these are two functions of x, then dy dx is v du dx. Remember, we've already done this. The link also of product rule I will leave in the comments for you to learn more. So plus u dv dx, this is your product rule, okay? Now, which one of these functions is our u? Your u is the first function, and your v is the second function. I hope that is clear. But before then, we need to get our du dx and dv dx. So let's get du dx, and our u is this. So if you are getting your du dx, you cannot do without the power rule. The link also I will leave in the comments, because for all these rules, you always need the power rule. I hope you got that. So let's get the u dx. To differentiate this x squared, it is x squared. Remember, your power rule says if y is raised to power x, x is raised to power n, then dy dx is nx, you take 1 from the power. Okay, use the power to multiply and take 1 from it. So in that case, if you are differentiating this, you are going to have our u is this. So differentiating it is going to give us use 2 to multiply, then take 1 from here. 2 minus 1 is 1. And in your indices, x to the power of 1 is x. I hope that is clear. So that is for our du dx. Now let's get our dv dx. For our dv dx, what do? This is your v. Okay, so let's bring it out. Our v is 1 plus x to the power of 3 over 2. I hope you've not forgotten. Let's rewrite this. Then we say that dy dx is nx to the power of n minus 1. Okay, now this is our v. To differentiate this, like we said earlier, we are going to use our chain rule, because it is now two functions in one. And how do you use your chain rule? How to differentiate using chain rule is the shortest way, okay? The shortest way is Differentiate the outside. I hope you got that. First of all, which one is the inside? The inside is the function inside the bracket, which is 1 plus x. Okay, that is how to identify the inside function. That one inside the bracket is your inside function. Then the rest, which are outside, is your outside function. So if you want to use your chain rule, you differentiate the outside, leaving the inside constant. Don't touch it. Now, in that case, you are going to use 3 over 2 to multiply. If you are going for dv dx, use 3 over 2 as the power. So we multiply, applying this rule here. We return this because we don't touch the inside. Okay, 1 plus x. Then take 1 from the power. 3 over 2 minus 1 is going to give us half. I hope that is clear. So that is for this. Then you multiply by, now you can now differentiate this inside. So if you are differentiating this inside, remember to differentiate 1 is always what? 0. Then x is x to the power of 1. Use 1 to multiply. It is 1x. Subtract 1 from it is 0. Did you see that? So we're going to have 1x to the power of 0. And x raised to power 0 is 1. And 1 times 1 will give us 1. So in that case, we are free to remove this x to the power of 0 to have this. I hope that is cleared. So this is our chain rule. You see how easy that could be. Remember, if you're new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to us for the more you're going to get from us. And give us a thumbs up. Remember, you can leave your thoughts with us in the comment section about what you are doing. It helps us to serve you best. And also share this tutorial with your friends. Now let's continue. So let's continue to now have, finally we have 3 over 2 into 1 plus x to the power of half. 0 plus 1 is 1. And when you multiply any function by 1, it gives you back the function. So this is what we are going to have as our dv dx. That's very good. Having gotten our du dx and dv dx, your duty is to plug them into this formula. Let's do that now. So in that case, we are going to have dy dx is equal to v, which is what? This function, 1 plus x to the power of 3 over 2. Du dx, what did we get? 2x. Okay? Remember, this is multiplying, so we can use dot to represent multiplication. Plus, our u is x squared. So we have x squared. Then our, what again do we need? Dv dx. What is our dv dx? Our dv dx is 3 over 2 into 1 plus x to the power of half. At this point, you are going to now go into simplification. And let me show you how to do that. So to simplify this, because that is where the main thing lies, let's see how you can simplify. To simplify this, we are going to have, when you have things like this, I advise you to always go for the, because when you look at these two brackets, they are sharing the same thing. So I will encourage you to go for the power that is lesser. It will help you a lot, okay? So let's go for the lesser power. This is 3 over 2, which is 1.5. And this is 1 over 2, which is 0.5. So you see, this is lesser. So in that case, you are going to do what? You are going to factor out the lesser power with its bracket. Because this plus sign is separating this from this, okay? So let's do factoring. So in that case, we are going to bring out one of those in the bracket. We are going to have 1 plus x to the power of, let's use the lesser power. So we're going to have 1 plus x to the power of half. Now this power you have brought out, because we are saying that that is what is common. Let's use it as the common thing there. Use this you brought out to divide this. Watch. We are going to have 1 plus x to the power of 3 over 2 is multiplying 2x. We want to use this power, this value, to divide it. So we divide by 1 plus x raised to power 1 over 2. Now, how do you do this? These two are the same. According to your indices, x to the power of m divided by x to the power of n is x to the power of m minus n. Did you see that? So in this case, it means you are going to have x1 plus x to the power of what? 3 over 2. This will become minus half because these bases are now the same. Is multiplying 2x. I hope you've seen how we've done that. So in that case, 3 over 2 minus half is simply going to give us, because the bases are the same, is 3, the denominators are the same, to be 3 minus 1 over 2 to give us 2 over 2 as 1. Okay, so it means, in this case, what it means is that this is going to give us 1 plus x raised to power. Simplifying this has given us 1. Okay, 3 minus 1 is 2, and 2 divided by this is 1, multiplying 2x. And if it's raised to power 1, is the same thing as that value. So for this, for dividing this, we are going to have what? You open a bracket because we are using this to divide this. So what we have in return is 1 plus x is multiplying by 2x. I hope you've seen how we simplified it. Okay. The next thing now is use the same thing you factored out to divide this side. What we have there is x squared is multiplying 3 over 2, 1 plus x to the power of what? 1 plus x to the power of half. This can cancel this, that are the same. Okay? So we are left with what? This is plus x squared is multiplying 3 over 2. Okay, so let's simplify finally now. And this is going to give us 1 plus x to the power of half into, use these 2x to multiply this. We have 2x into 1 plus x. Use this to multiply, it will give us 2x. Use this to multiply, it will give us 2x squared. I hope you got that. Then plus, multiply this is x squared multiplied 3 over 2. That will give us 3 over 2x squared. I hope you got that. So this is what we get for simplifying this. And if you simplify finally, you can add these two because their powers are the same. Okay, and they're having the same letters. So it means you can add 2x squared plus 3 over 2x squared. If you add 2 plus 3 over 2, that will give us 2 plus 3 over 2. Use this to multiply, you have 4 plus 3 will give us 7 over this 2. That means 7 over 2x to the power of 2. So in that case, adding these two is going to give us 2x plus, these two will give us 7 over 2x squared. Then we return 1 plus x raised to power of half. And this becomes our dy dx. I hope this was very beautiful to you. If it was, don't forget to leave your thoughts with us in the comments. Like this video, share it with your friends, and remember to subscribe us for the more you are going to get. I will see you in our next class. Till then, stay cool. Bye-bye.